Cool. Nice to see you again, Marieta.
Hey, Victor. Nice to see you.
Yeah. So this time for our second video, I would actually like to pull some more information out of you because I know we have a lot of common ground about this idea of like bridging business and spirituality, so to say. And of course, you have this great book, Love is the Law. And you've got a couple other great expressions, turn your passion. Oh, yeah, look at that. Very cool. There's the book. Okay.
Trying to come to the screen somehow. I think
oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, the green screen was wiping it out.
Yeah.
Nice. So what would you say, like, just in a gist, very, very shortly, like what does that mean? Love is the law.
Well, when you really like think about it, it's the ultimate universal law. So basically, the way I got the message that came through me when I was writing the book is that the ultimate universal law in the universe is love, right? And obviously, we're not talking about romantic love. We're talking about the frequency, and that is the glue that is connecting everything in the universe. And so, if we actually honor this law and we apply this law into our life, every single area of our life will shift and adjust. And that's how we sort of enter the fifth dimension.
Right. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit. I want to get some vocabulary out there, which I also, again, I threw a bunch of words, right? So I know like a lot of different people are talking about the same thing, but using different vocabulary.
Sure.
Right. So you mentioned like frequency, or we might say vibrations, dimensions, density. So the whole idea of elevating ourselves, a lot of people talk about like
ascension, spiritual awakening.
Right. And of course, the idea is all basically leading towards embracing love everywhere in your life. And then we can even connect that to the idea of following your passion, right, et cetera.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So I know because I've over the years or even decades, I've come across a lot of different people, and sometimes it sounds like they're disagreeing. And it's like, just like religions, right? All the different, whoa, they're talking about the same thing, right? So you've got this expression, which I really like too, right? Turn your passion into a soulful empire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So where
is that from? Where is that coming from?
Yeah, like when did that come to you, or when did you first put that to paper? Or
Sure. So, honestly, I was always doing things that I was passionate about. Like I wouldn't ever do anything that I don't like, and I just had always very strong intuition and sense of purpose. But after I sort of wrote my book, which came to me, like it wasn't necessarily process like the traditional, I mean, I don't know how other people write books, but it was just very effortless stream of consciousness coming through me as a result of my own spiritual awakening that started as a painful experience. My world collapsed, like my relationship collapsed, my business collapsed. So I was like really found myself sort of lost and in deep pain. And then it just came as a result of pain, that the pain opened me up to this different stream of consciousness, sort of. And then I knew that I ignored that inner voice for several years. Like I wouldn't publish the book, I wouldn't do my coaching business. I was just, working as an attorney, running my business, my first company, law firm. And I was ignoring that inner calling, And then one day I would have actually out of blue, this panic attacks, severe panic attack would came, and it was obviously the purpose of it was to sort of force me to realign with my soul mission.
Right.
And I went to silence retreat and Vipassana meditation retreat where I sat for 10 days, I think, meditating 12 to 16 hours a day. And I got very clear download. In other words, my inner higher self talked to me that I have to, this is my calling. I have to publish the book. I have to start talking about these things. It's part of my soul mission. And if I don't do it, in other words, I will hit the wall like again,
Right.
because there was no specific reason why I would have panic attacks. It's just, I mean, I work a lot, but it was just something within me trying to awaken me. So oftentimes people go through health crisis or any crisis to awaken to their own calling, soul calling, and or heart's calling, whatever you call it. The idea is to realign you with your mission, which is connected with your passion, with your purpose, why you're here. And once you start walking the path, it feels differently. It feels actually effortless. It feels fulfilling. It definitely, in my opinion, it feels passionate. It feels connected to your heart, and it feels like truth. And then once you are able to define that, there is a way you can monetize it, because you can turn it into actual business and then, you know, uplift humanity with this deeper purpose that you do on a daily basis.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. Right. So the inspiration just came to you. So there's so many expressions that came to my head, like as you were explaining that, because we often say that, you know, disaster or catastrophe breeds opportunity, right? And these disasters, these things are signposts, you know, along the way in our journey through life. And I always tell my clients that, you know, on their healing journey, right? It's like, look, the worse it is, the more you're going to learn. Right.
100%, 100%.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, we got other things like, you know, we need to hit rock bottom sometimes before we can turn it around. And then, but of course, this really goes a lot deeper, right? So it really is a deep, meaningful thing. These are not just shallow, cute expressions, but it's truth. We need to look inside. And so I have this other kind of cute little funny thing. Do lawyers have a soul? And of course, you did discover that you do have a soul.
Well, hello.
So, yeah, right. So we all do, right? So
everybody has a soul. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what's your profession.
Exactly.
Or what you decide, to study.
Right.
Yeah.
So I sometimes will tell people, for example, again, as a healer, you know, or someone that's coaching people in health, you know, if they're an atheist, I feel that I cannot help them nearly as much. So I'll always tell people, whatever your religious or spiritual or philosophical belief is, embrace it. Because the reality is that we are much more than what you experience through your senses, through your limited, you know, senses. We are not, it's not just a 3D or 4D world.
Yep.
Right? We are beyond the space or space-time. And as you were saying, right, this idea of 5D, you know, raising, yes, right, going above that, tapping into that. So really, really cool stuff. Over the years, I've been hesitant to speak openly about it because, you know, so as a scientist, right, in the Western worldview is that, you know, all that spiritual stuff is woo-woo nonsense. That's starting to fall away because we have quantum physics that's telling us so much more now. But even I'm still kind of slowly, you know, speaking up more about it. And so that's why I wanted to speak to you about this, because it's, in speaking with you, it's helping me to get this message, these ideas out to more people, that, look, you are definitely more than the sum of your physical parts.
Oh my God, totally. And, you know, and I feel like the more, like you said, like the more you start speaking about it, the more you give other people to do the same, give them permission to do the same. So, and I understand, like, even like for me, it took me, I think 5 years to finally, you know, publish my book in 2019. And I've been studying spirituality and metaphysics and all this new age, whatever you want to call it, since I was 15, you know, so it's been a while. And honestly, like, I feel like now is the time for us to really speak up, because humanity reached a certain point when it's a tipping point, right? Like there is the global awakening going on. And so the more of us we start speaking about what we really feel deeply in our heart, that's how we can create a shift. And the shift is already happening, whether we like it or not. So either you're going to contribute, you're going to speed up the process, or you're just going to sit and procrastinate because you feel like you have this self-judgment that you are imposing on yourself. And the truth is that nobody cares, you know, it's just you who thinks that they're going to judge you. But I feel like even if you don't speak the truth, like somehow life will show you the way, like it's time to start. You know what I mean? Like in my case, like I got those panic attacks that forced me to, okay, it's time to be who you are.
Yeah, it's interesting how a panic attack in your case was a blessing.
Oh yeah.
So again, right? So often these catastrophes, these disasters are blessings. And it's very interesting because it's, you know, we consciously have to embrace and realize that, look, no, you just remain positive. You keep the positive perspective so that you don't miss the opportunities, so that you don't miss the meaning of these markers or these signposts in your life.
Yes, 100%.
So
it's like, I feel like universe is way too intelligent. Like if you try to trick yourself, like you try to hide, you can do it only to a certain extent. And then at some point you just have to, at some point you just become who you are. Like that's sort of why you exist in this time and space, right? That's the nature of your existence, why you are here, why you are even like witnessing this conversation right now. Like it wouldn't be in your reality if there is no resonance, in a way, energetically speaking, right? Whoever is watching and it resonates with this message is there because that's exactly what you need to hear right now. And so it's really time for us to understand and take responsibility that we are the creators of our reality. And it's our time. And now, not tomorrow, now. So it's time to be brave and really trust and follow your heart, whatever that is, whatever it means.
Right. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. So like as I come out more and more about things like this, and I started to talk more about like energy healing and such, I shed some people. So some people turned away. I mean, that's going to happen. You know, it doesn't matter. Whatever I do, I'm always shedding people anyway. It doesn't make a difference, you know.
But that's good thing, you know, because I feel like the more polarized you become, the message will polarize. You will have that impact. There are people who will love you for who you are. You speak your truth and you speak from your heart. But then you will also trigger other people. And those people who are triggered are actually people who need to hear that. The fact that they are triggered is already showing that there's some truth in it, and triggers are also blessings. So yeah, either way, like, you know, it's good. Whatever the impact you're creating is good. I feel like it's much better to create any kind of impact, whether it's positive or negative. Even though it appears negative, it's still positive because it's impact, than to just create no impact. You know what I mean?
Right. We don't want to just like keep floating along. Like what's happening in the world right now, the extreme polarization, like a lot of people are terrified, horrified, but this is actually what is necessary because as you said, more people are awakening because of this. You know, we got to like squeeze harder and harder. And that's actually leading more of us and leading the, if I want to say, the planetary consciousness or mind share, et cetera, in a better direction ultimately.
Absolutely.
And we, you know, as humans, at least as modern humans, we are quite dense, and we tend to be the masters of limitation. You know, really holding ourselves back. I'm stealing those words from somebody else. But there's another thing actually that's interesting. An old statistic. It was often said that, not said, but statistically, most of your millionaires become millionaires after the age of 40, because it is not until later in life that they finally realize what their passion is. You know, so then they take their experience, their education, and then they apply their passion to that, and then they achieve success.
True.
Right. So nowadays, right, we're starting to accelerate that more.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can see people, you know, reaching higher levels of income at earlier ages because there are more people kind of waking up, following their passion. And I would like to add that money is not really a proper passion, right? So for some people, they think money is their passion, but really you just follow your passion and the money will follow from that.
That two
Right.
things. Like I feel like in a way 100%, but also if you have negative relationship with money, there is also something I coach my clients. It's very hard to multiply your income. It's very hard to
Yes.
create wealth because it's again energy. Everything is energy, right? So even
Yes.
money is energy. And I
Yes.
talk about law of circulation in my book, and there is nothing wrong with charging what you feel is reflection of the value that you provide. If you create value and that is going to create impact, there's nothing wrong with actually exchanging the energy, right? Because money is just a
Right.
vehicle. And
Right.
so on one hand, you know, I feel like, yeah, we need to, whatever you do, the purpose, your business purpose, or the business should be created around your purpose. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because the purpose is connected with your heart, with your passion. That is energy itself. So if you encounter difficulty in your business, you will go and move through it because you have that fuel, which is the energy of
Right. That
passion,
positive.
the
Right.
positive. Like it's deeper than you,
Right.
it's bigger than you. It's a mission that you have, right?
Right.
It's not just about you making money or you making good living. It's bigger mission,
Right.
right?
Right.
So that's one hand, on one hand. But on the other hand, if you actually have negative relationship with money and you feel like that making money is evil or whatever.
That was me. That was me in the past. I had an
See,
allergy. I had a money allergy.
there you go, money energy. And there are many spiritual people who actually they don't want to make money subconsciously because they
Right.
feel it's the root of all evil or whatever limiting belief they have, or they feel guilty to charge money. And
Right.
I feel like this is so important to emphasize because how can you create wealth and abundance if you have negative relationship with money?
Right.
Number one. Number two, there's nothing wrong with creating wealth and abundance and living abundant, comfortable lifestyle of your choice if you're actually uplifting humanity. In fact, you deserve to make money more than those who are making money for sake of making money. See what I mean? But
Yeah.
because it is
100%.
what we focus on, those people focus on making money. Obviously, they learn things how to, grow,
How to
like
manipulate the system.
how to manipulate, but also how to generate more money. So it's really, I feel like it's time right now to also redefine the relationship, what it means to be wealthy, what kind of relationship I want to have with money. What is it essentially? What is this money? Like when you really break it down, like I said, it's just energy and it's exchange of energy. It's a vehicle we are using in this 3D society as of now because we are still limited as a civilization. Like it's time, like we can't really do it in any other way. This is just a primitive way, right? But in a way, but it is somehow still working. So on one hand, if you provide great service, if you heal someone, and then you don't, on the other hand, you don't receive back because you are guilty, you feel guilty to charge for that service, or someone told you that spiritual people, because this is my favorite, which is a ridiculous statement, ridiculous limiting belief. Spiritual people shouldn't charge. Really? Just because they are executing divine, they have this divine gift that they are actually applying and using for humanity, they shouldn't be making money? Really? Who said that? You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's like, I mean, when you think about it, we still are unfortunately influenced by the old paradigm. Like, and where are these limiting beliefs coming from? When you really break it down, you understand that someone just decided one day to set this as a standard, and we are still victim of that old paradigm. So
it's actually a set of belief systems that do not match.
Exactly.
So that they just don't match. So in our current modern world, the money actually is internally to the buyer or the person receiving. They attach value
Yeah.
according to cost, right? So for
Correct.
example, there could be two cars,
Yeah.
and one car is selling for $5 but worth $1 million, and the other is selling for $1 million and worth $5. Right? But they want the $1 million car, even though it's
Yeah.
even though, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So
Exactly.
they're actually getting less. So, and the
Yeah.
same thing when the people invest their money into whether it's, you know, guidance or any kind of product, they are investing themselves.
True.
Not just money, right? So they are invested, they are committed, they're going to get more from that service or product.
100%.
Right.
100%.
So we give it away for free. We actually pull the rug out from under them. You know, we're actually it's like we're keeping most of the value.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's like you are hurting yourself if you don't charge. You hurting yourself if you don't ask
both parties.
For exactly. And then when you really, again, when it comes back to that energy. So it's a circulation of energy. Like I like to explain it. It's a law of circulation. So when you actually provide something and you don't receive back, you actually stop the flow of energy. So on energetic level, it's like a karmic debt you're creating, or subconsciously you are contributing to that karmic debt that the other party is creating, right? So whose fault is that? It's you who needs to decide that, okay, it's time for me to create good relationship with money, heal relationship with money, understand that what is really going on energetic level, and then, you know, open up to abundance, and then start serving from your heart, like give, you know, but give unconditionally. When you give, just give, you know, don't ask obviously right away for anything back. But then when it comes to that, you know, discussion, like how much, what's your package like, you know, what do I get within this? Don't feel guilty when you say, okay, this is how much I charge. In fact, tune into that frequency, tune into it, and if it resonates in your heart, that's the price you meant to charge, you know? Don't let the market influence your value, in other words.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Yeah. And the other thing too related to that is when we undervalue ourselves, we're denying the client because they want to give, they want to pay. It makes them feel good. Like you're saying, that whole circle. You know, and that's part of the process, whether it's in healing or any other business.
Always.
Yeah. So people have to get comfortable with charging for their services. Which is easier. Wrong. It's easy to do, and it's easy to do that when your service is your passion.
Exactly, because then you understand the value, right? Because then you appreciate you and your service. Because you know it's divine, you know that it's going to help other people. And then if someone is questioning that price or your value, it is, you know, in your heart that this is not you, it's them. And they just project their limiting belief on you. And in that case, you have a choice. Either you're going to explain what's going on. Sometimes I do have clients like that, you know, and then they became one of my best clients after, or I just gently let them go and I choose to attract a different level of client. Because then again, people who are higher level and they operate from higher frequency, they also don't want to work with people who have money issues. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's like attracts like.
Right. I think this is a good, I just want to emphasize, right? Like we're talking about the higher level of consciousness, so to say. It doesn't mean that the person has to be rich or something like that, but it tends to work out that way.
It does, because then you kind of feel, you know, like I find people who are really sort of living in the 5D or they're approaching 5D, they also master that abundant frequency. So it's almost like I can sense right away who has issues like that. And I can propose solution. But like when I'm like, for example, in a sales process with my clients, like I never sell like in a traditional sense, because there's no need for it. Like I believe that you meant to meet people who you meant to help. Or it's soul connection. And then those people will find you and they want to work with you no matter what. You know what I mean? Because they just sense the value, and you are meant to be the person for them to take them to that next level. And all these, you know, universal laws, whether, you know, self-love is one of them. Love yourself first. Like you have to.
Yes.
Same applies to money. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
Exactly.
so connected, everything.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been my relationship with money has been very complicated over the years because I've seen it come and go in large volumes. And I've always hated money. So it's always, yes, it's always been, well, it's always been, so because I was a little bit too far on this side of the spirituality thing, but even as a computer scientist, which is really my long background, my mantra was always never chase the money. Just follow my passion and the money will come. But I often have, even I mean, up till recently, I still struggle with the idea. So I'm very conscientious in recent years of embracing money. Like, no, I got rid of my money allergies and I have no problem accepting money now.
Good, love it.
So yeah. So absolutely. So we have to realize that, like, also, and it doesn't mean, I mean, I still work with a lot of people that don't have money. Right. So we're also not saying that. It doesn't mean that we only service the rich. It has nothing to do with that. We just follow our passion. We connect to all different kinds of people. But yeah, we will actually attract the money as long as we're not pushing it away. Just don't push it away.
Don't push it away. Exactly.
Don't chase it. Don't push it away. Just follow your passion. Embrace it, and it will actually come.
Be grateful also for
oh
making
God,
money,
that's so important.
Be grateful.
It's so important.
Right? For every dollar you make, be grateful, and then welcome it, because it's like, imagine you give a beautiful gift to, let's say, to your girlfriend, and then your girlfriend is like, well, are you gonna give her another gift? Probably not.
Right.
You don't have it's not you don't feel grateful for the first gift you you know what I mean?
That's a really good point. Treat the universe as you would treat your girlfriend.
So treat the money as you would treat your girlfriend.
Yeah. Show appreciation for
show appreciation.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Really, really good point. Yeah. So I mean, this is something I still work on with myself. So.
And it's a journey, It's
for everybody.
But I also want to say, whoever is struggling with money, know that you are not a victim. It's you who decided to live this lifestyle. Whatever that means, it's your choice. Right. And so you can change it.
Right. 100%. Yeah, good words.
And if you believe that it's your birthright to be rich, you will be rich. It's really you who decides what kind of reality you want to create.
Right.
And I mean, I've seen this with my clients, who went from 0 to $2 million company in 2 years. It's really, it's you who makes the choice. And yeah, so don't feel like, I can't be rich because I'm not that lucky. You know what I mean?
Right. Anybody can. They just believe, and then give the universe enough time to make it happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. And I guess people can find a lot of this kind of information in your book, Love is the Law, too.
Yeah, there is a chapter on money. Yeah, there is definitely a chapter on money, but the Love is the Law book is not just about, obviously, money. It's just one of the laws is called Law of Circulation, but it has different laws, 21 different laws that are basically guiding our existence.
Nice. I would love to, I don't know, how much time do we have to go on?
We can go on. I have 10, 15 minutes.
It's okay. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, we can even delve into that more. Because I wasn't sure. And this, of course, is a huge, endless topic. And of course, money is really, I think a lot of people have this money allergy, but again, I don't want to focus too much on that, because the point is really to get the money, to get everything you want, is embrace your higher self.
Yes.
Understand that, man, it is all about love. No matter what, even let me take an extreme example, like a warrior, someone that's going to battle and who's prepared to die every time they go to battle. love and honor the enemy. I mean, they look for an honorable death. So however extreme things are like now in our current situation, as we were talking about before, we're creating this extreme polarization. But look, this is a fantastic mechanism that's going to actually propel us higher, right? It's an opportunity for those of us that are going to be awakened by it, for those of us that do see the signs. It's wow, and it's working. I mean, it's waking up more people.
100%.
It's elevating more people.
And I feel like through pain, we actually wake up. Otherwise, imagine we wouldn't have the real motivation. I feel like pain is definitely motivation behind what's going on in humanity right now, as well individually. Like for me, my pain, my struggles in life were always pushing me and challenging me to grow. And I'm grateful for every single struggle or challenge I went through. So if someone is going through challenges, whether it's personal, health, financial, business, job, whatever area in your life is collapsing, welcome the challenge, because within the challenge there is a beautiful seed of evolution or light that is going to be revealed to you when is the time for you to find it. Like it's always connected, the duality itself.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, right. That's the nature of our 3D or 4D reality. It's paradoxical. It's a dualistic reality. And to have gratitude for the bad, so to say, if we want to even use these words, right?
Yes.
Like you say, we should have gratitude for it, be grateful, because absolutely those things are, again, they are the signposts. They help us along the way. Pain is a good thing.
I mean, in a way, it's not like we want to inflict pain, right? But
but
in a way, it's we have to exactly, we have to trust the process, right? Just because your ego can figure it out doesn't mean that there is not higher purpose in it, you know. So I feel like those are the moments when we need to surrender to higher power, whatever you trust, God, universe, because like I said, universe is way too intelligent to just leave us like that, you know what I mean? Everything, it's like making perfect sense up there, even though we don't see it yet.
And it is, you mentioned the ego, which is something that's what stands in our way often. Like so many in wellness, so many clients, they want to know the answer. Why am I this? Why am I that? But no, you don't have to have all those answers. You just trust and you continue moving forward. And you follow the signs along the way, and you're going to get there. And you're going to get there, right? Get the ego out of the way. We got to get the ego out of the way. I mean, that's like such a huge obstacle.
It is. But at the same time, we need ego in 3D reality, right? Like otherwise, how would you experience the 3D reality? You'll be experiencing through the ego. So in a way, the ego is serving the purpose. So we can bridge that 3D and 5D.
It's kind of our vehicle. Carrying us through life here. And of course that was kind of, sorry, I have this noise in the background.
It's okay.
So one of the main things about this video was that I wanted to make sure this whole idea that we can embrace both sides. Like you were talking earlier, how a lot of the spiritual people, they're basically like, no, I can't accept money and material things.
Right.
But no, it's not. You can embrace everything. You can have it all, and it should be that way. And by embracing the spiritual side, your higher self, you can you embrace that in a way that makes the lower self or the ego, so to say, rise, the 3D world. We manifest more in our 3D, 4D world by embracing the higher self.
100%. But I also want to emphasize that the way we merge the 5D to 3D is also honoring the 3D. And so it's like, it's so important to understand, like, yes, your ego, that identity, but yet there is a reason why you have this identity, why you are in this body. Right? Like don't be too woo-woo. There are people who go like, because I also feel like it's so important to keep the balance. Like I remember I did those silence retreats, and at some point I felt like, oh, I don't know, what's the point of this reality? Well, the point of this reality is to actually to bring something from 5D to here and play with this and have fun, enjoy this journey while you are here in 3D. Because then once you exit 3D and you go there, it's going to be your time, and then you will understand why. But so don't waste this time, to be criticizing your 3D self too much.
Right. It's silly. You are here for a reason. So embrace it. We're here to learn. We're here to follow our passion.
Yes.
To experience. I mean, that's how we learn. And that the more we experience in this 3D realm, the more we are feeding our higher self.
Exactly.
We carry those lessons forward.
Exactly. So because your higher self comes here through your body to grow and to have fun and experience this journey. So really embrace everything and go all in, and don't be like, I don't want to be here. I don't know. This reality sucks,
Right. Now there's so much to be learned here, and nothing is a waste, not the good, not the bad. Nothing is a waste.
It's all connected. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I feel bad because I hear there's
I don't hear anything. You good. I don't hear anything.
Wow.
You good.
Okay. I was like I was really worried that the background noise is coming through.
You good.
Okay. Because I'm not using a telescopic microphone, but
no, you're good.
Okay,
you're good.
Okay. So then, I'm looking through to see if I missed anything I wanted to. I think we covered all the little points I have here. Raising your vibration. We covered like the different vocabulary that's used. I think we covered just about everything. The whole idea about we are more than just the physical, and we don't have to throw away the physical to embrace the higher self, the spirituality. I guess what I would want to add, so I'm really passionate about quantum physics, and because I use the sun, so I really love the Eastern philosophies because they embrace these things we're talking about, whether it's Buddhism, Taoism, etc. And then I love to use quantum physics to actually defend these ideas, because now we are, we go back just a few decades and really so many things were dismissed as just woo-woo. But now we're like, scientists are like, whoa, oh my gosh, well, that's actually correct.
Exactly.
So the science is actually bearing it out. And I don't want to say like the science of the soul, because really, of course, we are talking, our science is still limited to this 3D or 4D space-time. But in quantum physics, it absolutely says that, wow, you know what? It's actually the ultimate reality is actually not here.
Yeah.
This is a manifestation from somewhere.
Right. The hologram.
Yeah. Like we can use the hologram analogy. Like there's a lot of different analogies for it to help us understand.
Sure.
But I think the simplest is just to realize that, this is manifested from somewhere beyond,
Exactly.
if we want to say God, spirit, whatever, it's beyond our comprehension, but not beyond our experience.
I agree with you 100%, because that is how we can experience miracles.
Yes.
Because that when you collapse time and space, like when you actually shift into different reality, like whatever like speedy manifestation you experience, it has no logic in it. You know what I mean? Like you can't figure it out with your analytical left brain. So where is that coming from? Well, it's coming from that other space, dimension. And that dimension is dictating this reality. So when you shift in that dimension, that will also, because if everything is hologram in 3D, automatically you're shifting your reality. And that's why many times when you are using force in 3D, you can influence things, because it's the energy that you need to actually shift in different dimension first. And you come from that place and you start creating from 5th dimension instead of being here with force. Right. And that's how you experience the miracle. Miracle in this reality. You have to
work on the projector, not the projection.
True, exactly. Exactly.
Right.
So people ask, like, how do you do that? Like, for example, you meditate, you go in meditation
Yes,
and you
yes.
tap into these different frequencies and get to know who you are, get to know your energy, get to know your energy body. Like you are a healer, so you know what I'm talking about. So many things are a result of accumulated stored energy in your body that are manifested as sickness or disease.
Right.
So you don't really go and cut your knee. I mean, sorry, the hand. You go into that vibrational field and you start working with the energy, and that's how you heal.
Yes, ultimately, that's the way to do it. Yeah, there's another expression I like. Like we use a lot of things as we kind of have the need for these permission slips, like in order to allow us to believe things, right? Because it's just like beyond belief. And again, the reality is that our ego, there's no logical way. We can't predict how things are going to work out. You just have to trust. You just use your belief and you focus, and things are going to happen in mysterious ways, miraculous ways. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the ego doesn't want to believe, right? The ego wants to collect the evidence and analyze and prove and this and that. And I understand. I understand because I'm also an attorney, right? So I am trained to think in an analytical way. But at the same time, I do believe in miracles, and I do believe that once you are actually open to miracles and you think it's normal to experience, the mysterious experiences on daily basis, the more you're going to experience it. So it's, again, it comes down to that intention and what kind of reality you want to create in your life. And do you want to have fun? Do you want to play with it, or you just want to be too serious? Because when you're too serious, you don't really experience the game of life,
Right, and it is a game. This is just
a game.
This is an avatar.
Exactly. That's like another. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so there's so many great analogies. I love the whole video game avatar thing, because it's like I'm just going to go create another avatar after this one. When I get bored with this one, I'll go make a new one.
But I do believe it's kind of like that with our souls. Like we choose these avatars and then, so we might as well enjoy the process.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Really embrace it. Have fun with it. Don't get too down. Don't let the negative energy take you down. Just refuse it. Absolutely. We just stay positive no matter what. Well, awesome. I think, this has been good. We're running on about 45 minutes or so. We could probably talk forever, but I know I got to let you go. And then I don't want to bore all the people that are going to watch us. But we could definitely talk about other things.
Yeah.
And
let's ask everybody, what do they want to talk about? Like what they want us to talk about next time. Let's see what they suggest.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, thank you again, Marieta. It's been such a pleasure.
And, awesome, like always.
Yeah, we'll talk again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.